Hey everyone, and welcome to a new gameplay series called Malus Code. Now that I play Tokyo School Life, I'm going to get on with Malus Code. Now let's get on with it. Subject, Happy Easter. I hope you all enjoy this day with your family and friends. Thanks, you too. I replied to the first email I received in Japan and promptly marked it as spam. It could be a meaningful message to my life, but it's not relevant to me today. I bring up my map app to confirm my current location, then search to bird's eye view to get a better look. The guys who make these games, they're spot on, alright? They need to make more like this. The University of Frontier Sciences. I pronounced the university's name Japanese. Nice. The app can recognize my speech correctly. So my name is Will in this. I see a water-filled paddy field. I don't know, I did this for a test, and his name is Will. Nearby there is a residential area and tall concrete buildings which don't fit with this scenery. This is where I'll be staying starting this spring. I look up from my phone and take in the landscape before me that the map couldn't capture. The streets are lined with plum trees and cherry blossom flowers. And cherry blossom flowers are blooming, so these are the famous Japanese sakura. A strong spring wind makes a shower of sakura petals drift down all at once. In Japan, sakura petals are said to symbolize the fleeting nature of life. I take a moment to admire the white fragments as they dance through the air. At the same time, they also represent the beginning of a new season. This doesn't feel real yet, but it'll all probably sink in soon. When in Rome, do as the Romans do, I guess. And at that moment, Konnichiwa! The beauty of a Japanese stillness is shattered by a not-so-beautiful voice. But what I recall, this is a phrase to express anger at someone who didn't pay for their tip or something, I think. I'm standing right in front of the central gate of the university, and I don't think the downtown area is nearby. As I look towards the voice, I spot a middle-aged woman wearing an apron chasing a young girl. As luck would have it, they happen to be running along the same path I'm standing on right now. They both seem to be in a rush. Considering Japanese traffic laws, I guess they have the right of way. Domo. I make use of the suitable greeting I learned earlier in my studies as I step to the side of the road. I sure wasn't expecting her to do that. The girl yells as she passes and smacks my arm. Hey, wait! I quickly grab her by the arm. Well, what do you mean, tag? Why are you even making a face when you're genuinely surprised? Genuinely surprised. I'm the one who can't believe what's going on. Are you guys in cahoots? Yeah, you must be. The guy chasing her throws even more confusion into the mix. No, I'm innocent. I was just a bystander until a second ago. Damn, I just arrived in Japan. I didn't even finish checking in yet. I don't even have time to get dragged around into this mess. She suddenly takes my arm, squeezes tight, and pulls. Hold on a second. Where are you trying to take me? I start running in the same direction as she's dragging me along. She seems to answer my question, but I almost fall over and can't catch what she says. We approach the gate of university. Seems like that's where she's trying to guide me. Looks like they're heading to my original destination anyway. I'll just go with the flow. Like a new couple, we run across the campus. Long story short, we end up having to pay 500 yen to a pursuer. Well, that's $50. No. Is it? Yeah, it's $15. $50 or $5. Whatever.
どうぞ。
I knock on the door to the polar lab. A woman's voice answers from inside. Excuse me? The room is about 40 square meters, with desks and shelves that have all kinds of reagents lined up neatly. Hi, my name is Will. I'm a new member of the Polar Research Lab starting this April. Is Nagatsuta Sensei around? I asked the long black-haired woman in front of me.
私が長津田鈴掛だ。局地圏へようこそ、ウィル。ところで、どうして到着を連絡しなかったんだ？この大学の施設は初めて来る人にとっては迷宮だったろう。迷子にならなかったか？
No, I didn't get lost, but I did run into some other trouble. She tilts her head with a curious look in response. To put things briefly, I coincidentally met with a member of this lab and she guided me here. I point at the girl behind me as I speak, and she smiles and waves her hand in front of her chest.
ユリ、戻りが遅いから心配したぞ。
ユリは悪くないよ。向こうからアクシデントがやってきたんだよ。なんだユリさん、またルンルンに行ってたんですか？
A boyish girl leaves her seat in the corner of the room and comes towards me. Her fashion sense seems a little free-spirited for a grad student at a laboratory.
またじゃないよ。今月になって初めて行ったもん。まだ第一週も終わってないじゃない。
はい、二人ともおしゃべりはやめて。彼が戸惑っているだろう。
I'm enjoying observing a typical day in this lab. I look around the lab again. It seems like the three women are the only ones here right now.
改めて紹介しよう。こちらはウィル君。この春からうちの研究室で預かることになった留学生だ。生活面ではわからないことが多いだろうからサポートしてあげるように。
I thank them properly and do a low Japanese style bow before introducing myself. The theme of my research is hydrothermal event organisms known as thermophiles. I don't know. In layman terms, I study the microorganisms in hot springs. That's the main reason I chose to study abroad in Japan. There's a lot of hot springs here. Of course, that's not the only reason I spent time in Japan when I was a child as well. I also,
だから日本語がうまいんだ。
at the very least, I don't have any major issues with communicating in Japanese.
質疑応答の前にうちのメンバーも説明しておこう。そっちのサイドテールにクマムシの飾りをつけてるのが学部生の中黒ゆり。そしてもう片方の衣装に特徴があるのが修士の生駒八重だ。
はい、質問。ウィルさんは光熱菌が専門なの？
I guess you could say that I study the difference between the heat-resistant proteins that thermophiles have. Thermophiles. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. And other proteins that are active at normal temperatures.
あらあら、ウィルさん、奇遇ですね。僕も光熱菌を使うことが多いんですよ。
八重の専門は宇宙生物だが、見つかってないものを研究するわけにはいかないので、光熱菌を使ってる感じだな。
わからないことがあったら何でも聞いてくださいね。
Thank you, Senpai. About again in Japanese style.
改めまして、ゆりは中黒ゆりだよ。ゆりって呼んでね。
面倒がないように先に伝えておく。ゆりは私のいとこだ。だが、決して私のことをゆりのおばさんとは呼ばないように。これは極めて重大な禁忌だ。それを破った場合、君の身分は保証されない。いいね。
Why would I refer to Yuri as your aunt? Like, I mean, why would I refer to Suzukake? I don't know. And why would I refer to her as Yuri's aunt? If they're cousins, that's totally different. Yes, ma'am. I nod meekly. From what I've heard, the word aunt is an extremely sensitive word in Japanese. and best avoided in public. I better watch out, especially in this lab where my boss and colleagues are all women.
お互いに女性の扱いには気をつけようね。僕も最近と同じぐらい大切に扱ってるからね。
Sure, yeah.
もう一つ、視認しづらいが、生駒八重君は男性だ。ロッカーなど男女別の施設などの使い方も彼に聞きたまえ。
What? Excuse me, I didn't quite catch that. Well, I didn't quite catch what you said. Can you repeat
だ
that?
から僕は生物学的にも精神的にもオスだって言ってるの。僕も君も同じ男の子なんだってば。八重ちゃんはね、ユリより可愛いんだよ。羨ましいよね。ほら、そこでどうしてこんなに可愛い子が男の子だなんて一体どういうことなんだって突っ込めなきゃ。ノリが悪いな。
A boy just like me. A boy just like me. Boy just like me.
こら、彼が混乱してるじゃないか。ウィル君、これはサプライズを仕掛けたわけじゃない。単に事実を伝えただけだ。言葉通りに理解してくれ。そう、試験管の中の出来事と同じだよ。
So it's the kind of person that would it's the kind of person that would whatever.
ウィルさんって僕見たら結構イケメンじゃない？ねえ、僕のことどう思う？流し目。かわいい。
I can't think of a suitable response, and I kind of clap my hands to show my approval. Good lord, starting abroad is just one surprise after another. Now, I've heard... Oh.
クマムシさんってどう思う？
So I've heard from this game that there's surprise plot twists around the end of the game. And I'm planning to check those out sometime. Nagasuta Sensei and Yai Senpai said that they still have more work to do. So Yai is an upperclassman. Yai is an upperclassman, and he doesn't even damn it, he doesn't even look like he's an upperclassman. But due to the size system, you can't judge a book by its cover. So said they still have work to do. So the undergraduate Yuri has uses her free time to guide me as we leave the Polar Research Lab.
ユリはね、お姉ちゃんの指導でクマムシさんを研究してるの。
Water bears. While looking at our water bear hair accessory, I recall my knowledge of them. That's a big bug. That's a small bug that can boast invulnerability to extreme temperatures. To extreme temperatures, lack of moisture, and even radiation, right?
丈夫だけど結構可愛いんだよ。
I remember seeing a photo of one taken with an electron microscope, but it was pretty grotesque compared to your hair accessory.
八重ちゃんもクマムシさんは可愛いって言ってくれたのに、お姉ちゃんと同じで乙女心が足りないよ。
I'm sorry. But as I walk through the vast campus with Yuri, we talk about the lab and Nagatsuta Sensei. The organisms that live in the polar regions are easy to observe, demonstrating their basic abilities, as well as their unique abilities that allow them to survive in extreme conditions, which allow for the observation of the universe, of the universal nature of living things. That's the reasoning behind the foundation of the Polar Research Lab, or Polar Lab for short. However, the founder of the Polar Research Relab, that's what I was going to say. However, the founder of the Polar Research Lab was not Nakasuta Sensei, but her predecessor. I don't freaking know. Her original specialty was artificial life, which was a bit different from what she is doing now. I heard that Nagasuta senseis are genius when it comes to handling a task when they throw at
お
her.
姉ちゃんはいつでもかっこいいんだから。八重ちゃんも憧れてるんだよ。
Are they all related? As we approached the school gate, I asked her about what happened this afternoon.
この先にルンルンという店があるんだけど、ランチタイムには定食が半額になるんだよ。
Even for a restaurant aimed at poor students, that's pretty thoughtful. I'm honestly surprised.
それとは別に特別メガランチをランチタイム内に完食すると就職が有利になるとか学園のクイーンになれるというジンクスがあって学生はみんな挑戦するんだよ。
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. I mean, the restaurant is.
今日こそはパスしたつもりだったけど気がついたら制限時間がちょっとオーバーしててそれで口論になってユリは悪くないってお店を飛び出しちゃって。
Honestly, the more you talk, the more I'm losing track of this story. I think I get the idea. Universities are always have all kinds of weird traditions, right?
そうだ、あの時のお金を返さなきゃ。今回は絶対成功するつもりだったからお財布を研究室に残していったの。
Nah, don't worry about it. On second thought, I'll take it as a symbol of our friendship or something. I accept the money from Yuri.
ありがとう。ウィルはユリの命の恩人かもしれないね。
Saved her life. Talk about
お
exaggeration.
姉ちゃんからもよく言われるんだ。あなたはよくトラブルに巻き込まれるのだから生活には注意しなさいって。
By the way, I met Nakatsuta Sensei for the first time today, and man, she was sure beautiful.
お姉ちゃんは独身だよ。
No, that's not what I'm implying. I was just thinking about on how everyone in the lab is so pretty. I think I'm gonna have a good time during my stay abroad. This place is totally different from my old lab.
ウィルはどんなところから来たの？お話しして。
Okay, where do I start? The two of us chat happily as we leave the university. And so my first day at the Polar Lab comes to an end. The Polar Research Lab, its origin designates that they study life forms that take things to the limit in extreme conditions, as found in the polar regions. But I'll soon come to find out that at this university, the Polar Research Lab is rumored to be like the popular regions, due to the fact that it's populated with many eccentric people. So I don't know if there's going to be any intermissions. A few days have passed since I started going to the lab. I decided to head to the professor's office to discuss my research schedule during my exchange program. Might as well save here. Episode 2? We're already there? There's no intermission, so...
鈴掛さん、先週言われたデータ揃いましたよ。
もうできたのか。相変わらず仕事が早いな。
いえいえ、僕は言われたことをやっただけですよ。
それは頼もしいな。そうだ、ここのところもちょっと見てほしいのだが。
Yai-senpai and Suzukake Sensei are talking in the professor's office. Yai-senpai is the anticipated ace of the Polar Lab. It seems like Suzukake Sensei even lets him handle that kind of work, the kind of work that someone who finished their doctorate course would do. He's on the second year of his master's program. Even though he's like only 1 year ahead of me, it's like a huge gap between us. I wish I could get results as quickly as him. And if you guys are wondering how I know what the word senpai means, it means upperclassman. So he's over a year. He's over a year on top of Will.
あ、ウィルさん、おはようございます。
Yai senpai turns around. Suzukake Sensei, Yai senpai, good morning.
いや、よく来たな。
何かありましたか？
No, it's nothing. I'll come back later. I guess I'll look at the research schedule on my own again to refresh my memory before I talk to her about it. I return to the lab. Wow, I can't believe I'm actually talking so fast. Usually I mess up some of the words, but I did mess up a few words, but it's not that much. It's not that much of an issue. I'm just so pumped today. I've never been so energetic for a while. But I hope you guys are enjoying this series, because I had fun with Tokyo School Life. I even got an extra ending with, I don't know.
イルさん、ちょっといいですか？
A half hour after I left, Yai Senpai returns from the professor's office. The music is so spot on. Like, whoever composed this kind of stuff, you deserve a prize. What is it, Yai Senpai? What is it, Yai Senpai?
もう、八重先輩じゃなくて、Call me 八重って言ったじゃないですか。
Yai Senpai talks to me as if we're close friends already. Sorry about that, it's just harder for me to pronounce her name that way. I just try my best, but I can't change what I've said after I've spoken.
またまたウィルさんったらシャイなんですね。そんなに日本語が上手なのにそこだけ間違えるわけないですよね。友愛を込めて、やえって呼んでくださいね。
To be honest, I'm not crazy about Yai Senpai's over-friendliness. He must be overjoyed to have a new member in the lab, so he's trying to force a close relationship with the newcomer. Yai Senpai may have a very open personality, but I can't treat someone I met a few days ago like an old friend. Plus, I went out of my way to learn Japanese terms like senpai, so I wanted to make use of them. If I'm going to speak Japanese, I want to call my elders and superiors senpai.
実験だってなんだって僕が手取り足取り教えてあげますからね。それでは失礼しますね。
Maybe because I didn't get into the conversation, Yai Senpai cuts things short and leaves the lab. He's like a freckled stray cat. It doesn't matter if he's coming or going. He does things on his own whims. During this afternoon program, all three lab members are doing experiments. We each begin our individual work. During an experiment, sometimes you're so busy you can't look away for a second, but other times it's like a break period, and you can take it easy. As I watch some test tubes I finished using, I watched the other two working. Just like they said on the first day, Yai Senpai is a boy. Anyway, there's so many things unrelated to research about Yai Senpai that I'm curious about, that it somehow makes it harder to ask him about them.
ちょっと八重ちゃん、ワイプで鼻をかむのはやめてほしいな。なんでですか？もったいないからに決まってるでしょ。
I wonder if these are the same voice actresses from Tokyo School Life.
そんなのなんでもいいじゃないですか。
There they go again.
ダメったらダメです。めんどくさいですね。ほら、ティッシュ分けてあげるから。ゆりさんにそこまでされたら仕方ないですね。
In Japan, tissue packets are handed out for free around train stations and places like that. I got one for the first time the other day, and at first I thought it was some weird charity, but it seems that it's their ulterior move. It seems that their ulterior move is to hand out the ads slipped into the packets. The tissue packet that Yuri gives to Yai Senpai is one of those free tissue packets. I've come to understand that Yuri isn't too well off financially. But Yai Senpai is quite rich, which causes some friction between them. The way Yai Senpai blows his nose is cute somehow. I don't think wipes are made for blowing your nose in the first place. I forgot to mention it, but the wipes we're referring to are disposable paper towels that we use to clean the lab equipment. I think they'd be a little rough on human skin.
ウィルさん、これをよく見てください。箱の腹から飛び出しているヒレのような波打つ紙。これは引き出して使えという印に違いないですよ。
Don't give me some weird interpretation. I'm not falling for it.
釣れないですね。
I've never seen anybody use these wipes as tissues before. It's true that they're for cleaning what's dirty, but
そうなんですよ。丈夫で少々こすっても破けたりしませんし、濡れても溶けたりしない。メガネも拭ければコーヒーフィルターにも使える優れものですよ。
yeah, whatever you say. I'm tired of this, so I give him a blunt answer. I hope this guy isn't really using lab equipment to make coffee.
ビル様、 までバカにして。いいアイディアなんだから評価してくれてもいいじゃないですか。
へへへ。
八重ちゃんはポーチに化粧品ぐらい持ち歩こうよ。考えておきますね。
Yuri is actually 2 years younger than Yai Senpai, but she's acting like his older sister.
さて、そろそろ休憩しますかね。
I guess it's Yai Senpai's turn to have some free time now. I look up without thinking, and our eyes meet as he stretches, and I look away quickly, but it's already too late.
ミルさん、実験はうまく進んでますか？僕が進み具合をチェックしてあげましょうね。
Yai Senpai draws closer, like a child who's found a new toy. Unfortunately, I can't take my hands off my equipment right now. I'm handling chemicals right now. Don't please don't touch anything or surprise me. To surprise me.
誰に言ってるんですか？僕は手を出しませんよ。ただじっくり近くで観察させてもらうだけですよ。
Yai Senpai stands behind me, carefully peering at my hands over my shoulders. Over my shoulder. His face is really close, to the point that I can hear him breathing in my ear.
なかなか上手ですね。緊張して手が動かなかったら僕が優しく指導してあげるところでしたのに。
What? Yai Senpai brings his body close to mine and whispers in my ear. Is he trying to throw me off and make me mess up my equipment? Listen, I'm a veteran when it comes to lab equipment, so I won't lose to a silly prank so easily.
それは壊れやすい女の子のハートのように丁寧に扱って。あらあら、順調すぎて退屈ですね。
Yai Senpai, if you're going to play tricks on me, do it at least do it after I'm done with my experiment.
言いましたね。それでは実験が終わった後ならいたずらして構わないってことですね。
I was just trying to be sarcastic, but it backfired. It got me worked up, so I said something I shouldn't have. That was just a saying.
ねえ、ゆりさん。はーい。今のやりとりを聞いてましたよね。そうですね。ほら、証人もいますよ。それなのに言い逃れしようって言うんですか？
Yuri's no help. She's concentrating too hard on her experiment. It's just answering without thinking. I guess at this point, all I can do is finish my experiment before Yai Senpai and head out. Alright, all done. I think I managed to concentrate even harder than when I was writing my graduation thesis. I'm sure I finished earlier than Yai Senpai, but when I look up, I see Yai Senpai observing me as he got plenty of time. As if he got plenty of time.
終わったようですね。さあ、売られた喧嘩は買わなきゃ男が廃ると言いますけど。
Oh God, why hast thou forsaken me? No need to fuss over what's manly or not right now.
煽られるとますますその気になっちゃいますね。プレイボーイ？
Yai Senpai creeps closer and closer until he has me cornered against the wall.
ビルさんは壁ドンってチキンゲームを知ってますか？
I just arrived in Japan, so I don't know that term yet, and I don't think I'm interested either. Yai Senpai faces towards me, pulls out both arms, and places them on my shoulders.
資料を扱う細かい作業を行うときには冷静さが必要ですよね。それは動揺して器具を壊したら危険ですから。
What does that have to do with Kebidon or whatever? Yai Senpai bangs hang from his bro as it draws closer from in front of my eyes.
正直に答えてくださいね。本当は僕って全然可愛くないって思ってるんですよね。